Hello, Nate. How you doing today?
Good. Doing good, Eddie.
Awesome. Awesome, Nate. Today I want to talk about your service offer in the Cloutos Marketplace so that users watching at your listing can decide whether they want to book you for an interview about their sales needs or not. There's three questions that I want to cover with you. So let's go ahead and get started with the first one, which is who are the best fit for this service offer?
The best fit for this service offer is going to be someone that is in the B2B space, and they're really focusing on getting as high quality of clients as they can. And primarily, they have an interest in using LinkedIn because I think that's the best place for it.
Awesome. So LinkedIn is the main channel. Is there like a criteria or maybe some conditions that would make them not a good fit for this service offer? Maybe the ticket size or not having product market fit. Anything else you can share there?
Yeah, they need to have high ticket. So it needs to be like a minimum, 2-3 grand lifetime value for the clients that they bring in. If they're not B2B, there are some things that can work, but a lot of them won't. So B2B usually works much better in our experience. Um, yeah, that's pretty much it.
All right, awesome. That takes me then to the second question, which is what are the components of this service offer? If you maybe can touch on the process, people, and platforms involved in delivering this service offer.
Yeah, so it works like an assembly line. So I have my team, and we have been, we've done hundreds and thousands of campaigns and tests. And so we formulated a framework for it. And the way that it works, like an assembly line, is someone comes in and we have a strategy session with them. We understand where their business is at and where they want to go, and we'll go and create a tailored strategy for that. And then we will actually work through the target market process with them to find people that are in the market for what they offer and are aligned with them and give them the best potential in terms of like revenue, how much leverage, just highest potential client of like the effect that your service can have. And then we help them with the messaging. So we'll actually look at different playbooks that we've created and opportunities that are out there as well. But our team will actually create it's about 5 different playbooks for different layers of outreach on LinkedIn. And then we will launch with them. So we'll launch their account, depending on how many accounts they have. That'll take about 2 to 4 weeks in total. And then when they launch, then that next stage, we don't just launch it and then go. We're actually doing continuous optimization with the data from the other accounts we've used, past campaigns, along with our research into actual LinkedIn to see where the opportunities are. And that kind of, we call that Apex Labs, that growth framework above it really helps to make it so we can rapidly optimize things within about 90 days.
Awesome. Now, when it comes to, let's say, the people involved in the delivery of this service, can you tell me a little bit of who's dedicated to the account? Maybe who are the people behind the curtains helping the service, the results that your clients are going to receive, but maybe not dedicated resource, maybe shared. I don't know if you have trainers, copywriters, supervisors, anything like that.
Yeah. So we have the account manager. So they're the Apex advisor. They're going to be working with them individually and helping develop the strategy. And then actually myself and another person on my team, because we also have a branding agency as a sister agency, we will actually work and create all of the messaging to make sure that that works really well. And then we have some people that run operations that overlook the account as it's moving and making sure that the testing methodology and everything is going in place as we continue to test and refine things. So those are the main people that you're going to see, but there are other teams behind the scenes like data analysts, data researchers, data scientists, people that are formulating and helping the actual management of that account.
Fantastic. Now, you did mention earlier that you specialize in LinkedIn as the main channel for outbound. Can you tell me a little bit of the platforms that you also use to support not only the outbound, but maybe the sourcing of the leads, maybe the tools and technologies that you typically utilize for the delivery of the service?
Yeah, so we will primarily use LinkedIn. Sometimes we'll also use cold email as well, depending on the strategy that we discover in the beginning. But I mean, tools wise, really, they only need to have LinkedIn and premium. Besides that, we're the ones going out and going into all the different databases and researching LinkedIn itself and using our frameworks and whatnot. And there are some like AI elements in there, but the majority of it is just we have a lot of access to a lot of data and past things that we've used. So there's not a ton of of things that they need to get into. It's really just LinkedIn and having premium at least.
Awesome. LinkedIn Sales Navigator, as
Or
well
just
as would be.
premium. I don't even think you need Sales Navigator, honestly, for this, because they're not the ones that are finding the people, we are. So they can do fine with premium, because that gives them the extended connection limit. That's what
Awesome.
we're really
Even
going
better.
after.
Great. Now that takes me to my last question, which you partially already answered, which will be, what can a client expect in the first 120 days of buying this service? You did mention you work through the creating the messaging, creating the leads, and then starting the outbound. Maybe if you can recap the milestones and when ideally or typically you go live.
Yeah. So first stage is that they get into a private Slack channel with us and our teams, that we can really be nuanced and have an area to protect what we're working on and have like an open space for that. And then we're going to get them into it's called Apex Assembly. So our portal that they'll be able to like see information, different things for clarity within there. But in terms of results, they're going to get, because they're going to go through a discovery series. Once they get that done, then the first thing they're going to get, almost deliverable wise, is they're going to get some market research on like who has the best potential for them to focus on, who is in the market the most, what are these different subsegments that we should test. And a lot of times those insights they'll actually take back to their business, and that will almost like break it in a good way, and it'll refine them even more. So that insight, we get a lot of people telling us that that's super, super helpful. And then after that, we'll have an optimized profile, and then we'll have messaging that's going to convert. And then we're going to have an actual growth roadmap as we continue that journey. Now, timeline wise, once we get that discovery series back, it takes about 2 to 4 weeks for us to do all of that, front loaded work. That's where my whole team is on it. And then they launch. And during those next 3 months, that's really the optimization process.
Awesome. Yeah. So quick launch within the first month, and then a lot of optimization, a lot of iteration to try to get to the campaign to the most ideal stage and where it's converting the most. Awesome.
Yeah.
And when it comes to reports, when it comes to meeting frequency, what do you provide for your clients to see how the campaigns are progressing?
Yeah, so they have a dashboard that they have access to, and then we're also looking through there and communicating with them if there's anything specific that we see. And then in terms of call frequency, we have calls scheduled. There's like one at the beginning, there's one about a month and a half in after we launch, but they can also schedule more calls with our team if they need. For example, if they want to get help going through messaging, or they just want to have like a strategy chat, stuff like that. So they can add extra ones in there, but really that first one a month and a half in, and then about a month and a half after that. Those are like the structured ones.
Makes sense. Nate, thank you. This has been very useful information for users of the CloudTools Marketplace that are looking at your listing and maybe considering if Apex could be the right solution for them. Hopefully, we can see more information in the upcoming days and maybe other services from your agency that they can look in the marketplace. For now, is there anything else you want to share with the audience looking at the service?
That's really it. I was focusing on, building this with 1 or 2 high ticket clients for 6 years as an entrepreneur. And then when I went on my own, then, the last 5 years have been really just focusing on this offer. So this is the thing that I like. This is the thing I like to focus on. So I don't necessarily see anything that's that much different in the future going on. So right now it's just going to be a continuous development of this.
This is your bread and butter. Awesome. Nate, this has been very helpful for users of the CloudTools Marketplace that may be considering your service. If there's anything else that they want to learn, they can definitely go to your listing, click on interview, and get more time with you. Nate, this was pretty useful. So thank you, and I'll catch you on the next one.
Perfect. Thanks, Eddie.
Awesome. Bye-bye.